I feel really bad for the man in apartment 13. He's an older guy, maybe in his 50s or early 60s. No family as far as I can tell. He worked most of his life as the groundskeeper for a local cemetery, but he recently lost his job for reasons he doesn't seem comfortable talking about. I understand, though. He's getting older, he can't fulfill the physical demands of outdoor labor, and I don't think I'd want to focus on that either. Despite being my neighbor, I've never actually been up to his apartment. Let's just say that in his solitary older years, his personal hygiene has suffered a little. Well, that might be a friendly understatement. It reeks up there. You start to smell it as you venture up the stairs, and by the time you're near the door with 13 stenciled on it, you really do have to hold your breath to keep from gagging. Maybe this has all just caught up with him. I never see him out in the daytime anymore. Maybe he has himself a night shift at a new job. But I think the lack of daylight is really starting to take its toll. His skin is really deteriorating. Strange boils cropping up around his neck and face. He's getting paler. His hair whiter than white. His mental health is suffering too. Sometimes I hear him laughing to himself as I walk down the stairwell. I know he doesn't own a phone, nor does he ever have any guests over. I guess the stress of unemployment is getting to him. Last time I saw him in the hallway, he had sunken cheeks and he was giggling softly. When I turned the corner and gave him a friendly hello, he didn't stop. He just stared at me as his nose began to drip with thick crimson fluid. Not fresh blood, but the viscous kind that congeals and clots. I pointed this out to him, but he only laughed, wheezing giggles as he barged past me and headed up the stairs. He had a plastic bag full of what looked like cuts of meat, stained paper wrapping that smelled absolutely vile. Maybe this is why his apartment seems to smell so bad. But last night, the cops knocked at my apartment door, asking if I'd seen my elderly neighbor. They didn't specify what it was for, but I think I can guess. If my grandpa was acting strange, I think I'd want the police to pay him a visit too, just to make sure he's okay. I saw him outside my window the other day, looking up at me, staring. He looked hungry. Maybe since he lost his job at the old graveyard, he can't afford to feed himself as well as he used to. It's been weeks since I saw him with a bag of that stinky meat he seems to like so much. Maybe I'll bring him something to eat later. Something fresh. If you made it this far, I hope you'll follow me on Twitter at KingSpookCreepy. Also, if you're feeling generous, I'd appreciate it if you donate even $1 to my Patreon over at patreon.com/KingSpook. Every dollar helps. The hope is eventually I'll be able to get enough through Patreon that I can do this full time. Thanks for watching.